hate this channel.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We're here just outside the Hawthorns when Newcastle have made it through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Who would have thought that after that 1-1 draw against Rochdale in the third round? Not me, definitely. We're here with Score and the players. I'm here with Sam, here with 40 friend of the channel as well. We just made it, Sam, but I'll let you start with Carl Darlow. He got the nod over Martin Dubravka. Conceded 2, but he couldn't have done anything about the goals.
Not really, no. As backup goalkeepers go, I don't mind Darlow. I know he gets a bit of stick here and there, but I don't mind him. I liked him in the Championship. He was way better than Sells. Obviously Dubravka's our hero this season, but I wasn't too disappointed with him, with Darlow playing today. First half he was solid, commanded his area well. Second half, towards the end of the game, obviously things got twitchy, but he wasn't the only one. So
Made saves though, Sam.
he did make saves, and on the whole he was fine. We'll go for a 7.
We'll go from right to left. 40, Javier Manquillo.
Hey.
I thought defensively he was sound, made challenges when needed. Going forward, he didn't really have to do as much because Lazaro was a big threat for Newcastle going forward. What did you make of Javier Manquillo tonight?
Pretty much summed it up for me, man. I don't need to say much, do I? No, listen, this formation suits him because, again, he doesn't have to do too much going forward, and that's his weakness. He can just defend, and that's it. That's all I want from him. Defend.
Is he the best right back of the club?
Yeah.
Currently, yes. If you're talking about right back, not right wing back, not whatever you want to call it, yes, he is. And again, this formation suits him. Lazaro ahead of him, he can do all that sort of trickery and all the rest of it, which we'll get onto later. But in terms of defending, yeah, can't fault him. 7 out of 10.
I'll start with the first centre half. I'll go with Fabian Schär. Nearly scored right at the end. Yeah, he was comfortable. He's always comfortable on the football. Is Fabian Schär, and he didn't really get much in a battle with Charlie Austin. Charlie Austin was non-existent really for West Brom today.
Absolute ghost. I'll call him Casper, mate.
Casper the ghost. Casper the friendly ghost. There you go. That's an old one. Them two will probably know him more than me because they're a bit older than me. But anyway, Fabian Schär was comfortable. I know we conceded 2 late on, but I don't think he had really any involvement in it. So I'm going to go 7 out of 10 for Fabian Schär. Sam, Jamal Lascelles kept his place, captain of the football club, and again, same as Fabian Schär. Charlie Austin didn't give any problems, but Kenneth Zohore did.
You're not wrong, my word. So if it would have been up to when Zohore come on, Lascelles would have got a comfortable 7, possibly even an 8. After that, Jesus, he struggled. My word, Zohore had him in his back pocket. And if we'd have played for 10 more minutes, who knows, West Brom could have got a 3rd. He could not handle him. It reminded me of when we played them at St James's a couple of years ago, and Rondon gave Lascelles similar treatment. It was quite reminiscent of that. On the whole, though, 6.
That's being nice.
It is being nice, but
we were 3-0 up, to be fair. I kind of understand that.
That's even worse, the fact that we're 3-0 up and our captain's putting in a shift like that. Come on.
At 75 minutes I thought he was fine. Charlie Austin got nowhere near us, but I do take Sam's points. Kenneth Zohore was...
But Charlie Austin's not mobile. Do you know what I mean? It baffles me is that West Brom fans, obviously you know your players better than us, but the fact that you've not got someone who's mobile who can move around like that, and you left him, for 15 minutes to play against Lascelles, who's pretty... What's a nice word to put in it? I don't know, help me out.
He's digging himself, yeah.
I'm not, but again, I would have been a bit more pissed off at Bilic, the fact that you've only given him 15 minutes and look what he can do.
Yeah, he had such a presence about him, Zohore. Lascelles is a big guy, so it takes a lot to just completely manhandle him, which is what he did.
Let's go in the midfield. Nabil Bentaleb, I thought it was a much improved performance by Bentaleb. I thought he was better on the ball. He was getting out of the way, and yes, it's Championship opposition, but he didn't take as many touches and then get challenged or tackled. It was much better from Bentaleb today. He was linking really well with likes of Almiron and saint-maximin.
Did he get man of match as well? Because I saw him go over
I think it was the NUFC TV.
Oh, right.
Lazaro went over to the BBC, but
he wasn't that good.
No, I thought he was really comfortable. I thought it was a really professional performance by Bentaleb, and I think it was probably his best performance in a Newcastle shirt. So I'm going to go.
Best performance though, but again, it's still crowd football. It's always backwards. It's got nice touches and that. Don't get me wrong. You know, the nice little give and go and all the rest of it. But it's just sometimes I just want to see a penetrative ball just straight through the
I
middle.
think we did see that at times though, 40. We did see that at times.
Yeah, first half we did, definitely first half. He had a good first half. I thought he struggled in the second half, but that goes back to our point when we were stood outside the Emirates. This is still his pre-season.
Yeah.
He looked better in the first half because he had a rest at the weekend. So it's not slagging him in particular because
This was the perfect game from Sam against lower league opposition, really. So
yeah, he did fine.
I'll go 7 out of 10 for Bentaleb. Sean Longstaff, 40, you were hypercritical with him against Crystal Palace. I thought he was better today. I think it was.
Nah, he's getting the same energy. Sorry.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Why?
disagree.
What were your views on his performance today?
Shocking. I'm surprised he played all 90 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, he was decent.
Decent.
Yeah,
Where?
of course he was.
It's because you was in the home and that's why. Yeah, I'm outing him out. Yeah, home.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's the reason
Hold on,
why.
wait there,
He said-
40.
Before you get run over as well.
Yeah, 40. Allegedly, he was in the home end.
I've stood up on the curb now, which is why I'm.
7'2".
Yeah.
Let's go back on to Sean Longstaff. In your opinion, why do you think he wasn't as good as what maybe me and Sam thought he was today?
I just don't see what he did. I honestly don't see what he did, and still it baffles me. I'm gonna say it again. What's Hayden done wrong to be dropped?
I don't think he was dropped. I think he was rested. It wouldn't surprise me if he started against Southampton.
Come on now. Come on. What did Longstaff bring to the team? And don't get me wrong, most of the team played well. And obviously we'll get into the better players going forward. I know you've got it coming up. Don't worry.
About 40.
Yeah, we know. Oh, before you get run over, this guy's going tight. Really tight. But yeah, he didn't bring nothing to the team. I think he just lost his form. And again, what's his brother done wrong? Because I've not seen hide nor hair of his brother. So I don't know. I would have given him a 5, and that's been nice. That's nice. I don't know what you guys are seeing.
That was mental.
What did he do? Shots went over the bar.
Yeah, he needs to work on his shooting.
Okay, all right, we've got some agreement now. All right, cool.
100% needs work on his
Passing was off. I didn't see it. His passing was
energy. He was everywhere, disrupting their play.
I agree.
I thought he was good.
He's an athlete.
But
what's he bringing
I
to the team?
thought his passing was better. I thought he linked up well with Lazaro on the right hand side. He tried to link up with Almiron. I thought he was fine. I didn't think he was that bad in my personal opinion. But it is 40's score. Get your comments in. If you agree with 40, let us know. If you don't, let us know. This is what we're all about.
I must be seeing a different Longstaff than these guys. I might be seeing Matty.
Matty's on the bench, man. Matty's on the bench.
Okay, I must have been seeing Matty warming up. I've been watching him for 90 minutes because they saw a different Longstaff to me. But anyway, okay.
No, but it's a good debate. Let's move into the 3 forward players.
Danny Rose.
I thought we did.
Start Danny
I
Rose.
did miss Danny Rose. He's a good lad, this lad, isn't he? Go on, Sam. Danny Rose. I'll let you go on to him. I completely forgot about him. I think I was kind of thinking 40 might have 5 minutes on him like he did against Crystal Palace. Yeah, Danny Rose, I thought was, again, probably, if you look at maybe Bentaleb, we'll touch on about other players, but probably his best performance in Newcastle shirt so far.
Do you know what? I thought he was poor first half.
I thought he was fine, mate.
I thought he was quite poor.
Continue, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Danny Rose was poor in the first half. I thought he was much better second half. He gave away some unnecessary free kicks in the first half. Didn't look totally with it. Second half was much better. Made a cracking clearance off the line. 6.
Right, let's move into the 3 going forward. We'll start with Miggy Almiron. 40. Miggy Almiron. Can we just hear what was it they said against Crystal Palace? For all those Miggy Almiron haters over there.
Mate, he's still
10 out of 10 for me. But it's your mark. It's your
listen.
mark. 2 goals, always a threat, had the ball, ran at the defenders. West Brom didn't know what to do with him. 40, what do you make of his performance today?
He was superb today. What? If he does good, I'm going to praise him. Obviously, I'm not going to hate against him. I'm just saying, most of the time, he just runs around with no end product. Today was his day. 2 goals, fabulous performance. What can I say? You think listen, what do you think?
wrong.
What do you think I'm going to do? Reveal a Sunderland shirt and like, hey, you know what I mean?
That's next week.
No, yeah, that's next. No, but seriously, he had a fantastic game, as you said. He took the words out of my mouth. He's unlucky to not have a hat trick. In fact, I think he should have stayed on a bit longer because after when he went off, that was it, null and void. We didn't have no outlet, especially when ASM as well went off as well, who I particularly said I thought had a really good game as well. In fact, he offered maybe a little bit more in certain areas than Miggy, don't get me wrong, because again he obviously set up 2 goals, but if we're talking about Miggy Almiron, superb. That's what I want to see though. I want to see consistency.
Is that his best position than Miggy in the centre? 40 in the centre for Miggy Almiron.
100%. This formation suited pretty much everyone involved. There's obviously a couple of tweaks here and there that you could change out. Longstaff again for Hayden. But again, everyone else overall, superb. Lazaro playing his preferred position, played well. Miguel Almiron behind Joe Linton played well. Obviously, we've got Joe Linton up top. He did whatever he did. But again, everyone in their formation, everyone in the position, superb. This is Bruce's formation. He can't keep harping back to what Rafa's done now. That's Rafa's formation. Maybe this is Bruce's formation because it's worked. We won 3-2 and we're through to the FA Cup quarter final.
What would you give Miguel Almiron?
Got to give him a 10.
Yay! that was the line.
I call it how I see it. And today was superb, but I want to see more of it. More of that, Miggy.
We'll have another 10 out of 10 against Southampton, please, Miggy, just so we can keep this going. I'll start with saint-maximin. Much better performance. Yes, Craig Hope said there was a bit of a rumble in the jungle and said that he probably isn't going to be playing. Then he ended up saying he is going to be playing, and he did play. Hit the crossbar, set up the first goal for Almiron. He was a constant threat to West Brom's defence.
If you don't give him a high score, I'm going to write with you. I'm going to write with you. Set up 2 goals. You forgot that.
Let me finish.
All right.
Let me finish.
Force me into giving him 10 out of 10, you know.
Let me finish. No,
right.
He did. He, like Fordy says, he was right. Third goal, Lazaro doesn't get the goal unless Maximin puts in that shot and makes it difficult for the goalkeeper. He was a constant threat. I'm glad he was taken off because it did look like he had a bit of a knock in the first half. I'd like to save him for the rest of the season, but you've got to give him a lot of credit. He was a constant threat, and I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
What?
Didn't score, did he?
Oh my God! What's this guy got to do, man?
9 out of 10. Sam, Valentino Lazaro gets his first goal. I think me and you could have scored that.
Yeah.
Right, literally with his knee on the line. But again, another player that was a constant threat to West Brom's defence.
Well, due to where I was sat, I didn't have the best view of the goal.
Oh, what a shame.
I thought he grew into the game quite nicely. I thought he was quiet to begin with. Most of the play went down the sides of ASM and Almiron, and Lazaro seemed a bit out of it, but he grew into the game nicely, got his goal, which was the winning goal ultimately, and played some nice stuff in the end. He didn't do as well as ASM and Almiron. So did you go 7 or 8?
Through the quarterfinals of the FA Cup.
8 it is.
Joe Linton 40. He was
You're swaying everyone's votes, man. I'm not happy with
I'm not saying anything.
I need to get someone who's, someone gives a biased opinion, or no, an unbiased opinion, should I say, giving ASM 9 out of 10. I'm taking back my Miguel Almiron 10 out of 10. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 just to be paid.
It's a good thing Lee edits these videos, isn't it?
I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Miggy, you got a 9.
Joe Linton. I don't think he's going to get a 9 or a 10 40, but
listen, he
huffed and puffed.
Is this what we're doing now? Huff and puff, yeah? We're going back to nursery rhymes and all the rest of it.
I think that's what's coming to Joe Linton, isn't it?
Look, he played better today. I think this is, out of the 3 cup final games that I've seen him play in Rochdale and Oxford, this is probably the better one. Cheers, mate. This is the better one that I've seen him play in. I don't know what to give.
He did really well first half, I thought. And second half, he wasn't an attacking threat at all, but he did some cracking defensive work, headers out of the box when it was backs against the wall time.
Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair.
First half, he should have scored there.
Yeah, should have scored. And funny enough, the person next to me jokes to me and said that he's probably more of a goalkeeper than actually a striker. And that kind of makes more sense, the way that he actually defends more than he attacks. When Gale came on, obviously then he got moved into this role, which I think I
better for him, isn't it?
I prefer him in that role there. It's just less pressure. He can just do what he needs to do on the left wing. He's not hurting anybody. He's not pissing anybody off too much. So, I don't know, 7 being nice. We're through to the FA. Look, I'm being nice. FA Cup final, quarter final. I'm being nice. Give him a little 7. There you go.
7 out of 10 for Joe Linton. Now, the substitutes. John Joshua was the first one on for saint-maximin.
That baffled me, bro.
A little bit, but I suppose he wants that extra midfielder and just see the game out at 3-0 as well.
He took off Mickey for him, didn't he?
Yeah. No, I thought he took. No, that was Gale. Yeah, you're right. Of course.
Took Mickey off for Shelby, which baffled me. Not saying Shelby's bad or anything like that, but
3-0 against West Brom. You would think it was just enough in the end, wasn't it?
Just enough, yeah. But again, you went ultra defensive when you're bringing Shelby there. Shelby takes you back 10 yards. Mickey brings you 10 yards forward. So again, you've got this massive gap in between. Like if you're taking Mickey off for Shelby, it just didn't make sense to me. I would have kept him on 10 more minutes, maybe got the 4th goal and that's it. Then take him off and then gone defensive and that's it. Sharp shot. But Anyway,
Shelby gets a 6 for me. I thought he was fine when he came on, and he was always a constant threat and should have been played through by Dwight Gale, but less said about that, better. Dwight Gale and Florian Lejeune, I don't think they were on long enough. I think obviously Florian Lejeune was only on for 2 or 3 minutes. Gale, I think, played maybe 9 minutes, so I'm going to be nice and say non-applicable to both. Steve Bruce, he's the first manager since Glenn Roeder to get Newcastle to the quarter-finals. It's not just Rob that can give you stats.
Jesus, stats over.
Can anyone tell us who Newcastle beat in the 5th round to get to the quarter-finals all those years ago, 14 years ago? No.
I'm not even going to guess. Nah.
Southampton.
Hey.
Oh, Kieran Dyer.
Kieran Dyer got the goal, yes. So there you go, another stat again. And that's it. But Steve Bruce, yeah, look, if it was just win the game, get us through, Steve Bruce gets 10 out of 10s. On the whole, how the game went to 3-0, he would have got 10 out of 10 for me, because it was the perfect performance. The little bit at the end, a bit of a concern, but Sam, he has got the job done, and we are through at the quarter-finals.
Yeah, job done. 3 goals scored, which is nice considering we've just gone 3 or 4 games without finding the net. It does leave a slightly sour taste with the way the game finished, because even at 3-1, we could have gone into Southampton at the weekend, tails up, going, yeah, cracking, back on track. But now it just leaves a little bit of doubt. Obviously, we're Newcastle United, we never do things easy. We've come here for the win. We've got the win. We're 1 win away from Wembley. Who cares? It's at the end of the day, we've got the win.
I think you got everything right, barring just, as you said, the last 20 minutes, game management. I think we still need to work on that. The substitutions as well, again, just baffled me a little bit. But apart from that, formation suits him. The personnel that he started with pretty much suits the formation that we played. So again, it more sways in his favour rather than against him. So again, this one's down to you, isn't it?
It's down to all of us, so I'll let you start with it.
I'd have to give him a solid 8, maybe even 9. Again, as I said, there are 2 things that let him down: it's the game management and substitutions. Barring that, that's it. 8.
Sam?
I was going to go 7 or 8.
We'll go 8. Because you said 9 last time, I was going to go 8, so it's right in the middle. So we'll go 8 out of 10 for Steve Bruce. Get your scores in, get your player ratings in. It's always debate with 40, and Sam's coming in as well, so it's always going to be a bit of fun, isn't it? So yeah, get your comments in, like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you later on tonight.